There's a reason why this story has stuck around and inspired so much more fiction.
For people who know the podcast, or even people who don't, there are people talking about it. There's narration, there's scene work. There's a lot of elements to this show.
For sure. I mean, and some of the episodes, if you go back, they're all translated from the podcast. So in some of them, you might hear a facet of something that an episode is focused on that they mention a little bit in the podcast. So we kind of really worked with Aaron, who was so involved and so fun to collaborate with, to make sure that the stories, to the best of our knowledge, were true. And I'm sure there's some things that we didn't get quite right, but I know one thing we did get right was Robert the Doll.
Well, then that's your episode. Can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I love doing cons because I don't know what happened before I got there.
Right.
So I was just in the car with Aaron, hearing how it started. And he just loves stories. And he had all this research he had done for other Stephen King kind of fiction novels he had written. So the script comes my way, and I think it's such a fascinating way to tell stories. And I also happen to love true stories. I love nonfiction. And I love this era, and so I Google Robert the Doll. Oh my God, he really exists. So we had this freaky doll and these amazing actors, and we told the story. I think it's what inspired Chucky.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what the show is about, right? It's what are those stories of folklore that created the archetypes that have since been translated into other movies and films and books. So Robert the Doll is really the origin of the Chucky archetype, of the creepy doll myth, right, is the story that we're telling. So Robert the Doll, and I don't want to give away the episode, please tune in Friday, October the 13th.
Yes.
But Robert the Doll was in Florida, and he came to life for a family, or so how the story goes. And he's really scary and creepy. And when you watch it, I urge you, at the end, you can write to Robert. There's a museum down in Florida. Just be careful what you say of him, because he will haunt you.